YouTube, baby, it's time to ride the funk train, and you are here at the Big and Funky Productions YouTube page, and we're going to look at another Atari 7800 game that was just released. And I don't have like a traditional fisherman's hat. I've got the bad guy, or the good guy. I don't know what your perspective is on fishing. But I guess if you're a human being and you're hungry, the fish are the bad guy. So I got the bad guy hat, and I'm a bad guy pro wrestler, so it goes that way. Now, we're going to talk about two guys who aren't necessarily bad dudes. We're talking about Lance Rehnquist and Peter Meyer from Video 61. They've released yet another quarter number 4 game in 2024, and this one is called Muskie Attack. And I like the color of the box, and I'm going to tell you right off the bat, as I spit everywhere. I guess I'm a fish. I guess I can do that. I got water coming in and out of all orifices. This package is the best one by far for the 7800, and it comes with a little trophy card there. If you in the game you can catch the muskie and you win a first place thing. It comes with a blue cartridge. It comes with this like a 3D printed gimmick here. I think it's glued on there, and I don't know how I feel about that, but well, their labels come off anyway sometimes, so maybe that's going to be a little bit better. I don't know, but I like the box, even though it's kind of a generic box compared to some of the Atari H stuff. I like the coloring of this, and it comes with not just one but 2 laminated sheets, comics and instructions, and we'll get into the game. These guys have they keep churning out stuff for us to look at, and you got to appreciate it. Watch this kick-ass intro, and I'll be right back after I take this damn hat off.
Since the beginning of time, there's only been one website with the Babylons to claim every game reviewed when it came to the Pro System, and that's Atari7800forever.com.
But now it's time to get on that YouTube trip, babies. And who am I? I'm Funkmaster V, musician, ghost hunter, hat flipper, pro wrestler, comedian, actor, filmmaker, and I'm going to take you on a whirlwind tour of all things cool about Atari and the Atari 7800 with a podcast, news, even new crap. Baby, are you ready to get your groove on? Because it's about to get funky up in here.
Well, like I said, this is a pretty good package from Video 61, and I never thought I would say Lance Rehnquist has a nice package, but here we are. Speaking of which, me and John have to interview this cat, because not only is he a hobby programmer, a homebrew guy, he really, for a short period of time, was the reason Atari kind of stayed alive. He was really providing CPR when Atari went to crap, and before it was bought by Hasbro, he was kind of the last man standing. It's interesting that he's making games now. He makes games for the 2600, the Atari 8-bits, 7800, and 5200. And all of these games exude a certain amount of quality. None of them are world beaters. None of them are Ricky and Vicky or Crystal Quest, but they're all fairly competent titles, and we're lucky to have them. Muskie Attack. I'm not from Minnesota, but if you are, you get to go see the house on the hill. You get to go see Paisley Park whenever you want to. You get to cheer the Minnesota Vikings. But you also know that a muskie is the name of a fish up there. I don't know that. I'm from Baltimore. I like crabs. And I know your mom's familiar with crabs, too. This is basically a new paint job on Fishing Derby, which was an Activision game for the Atari 2600, which was pretty interesting. It's not the deepest game in history. I will say I think the graphics in this game are the best Video 61 graphics for the 7800 so far. There's a lot of neat little touches. All of the fish have certain textures. The grass at the bottom, or the kelp, I guess, at the bottom of the thing has great textures. The animations are pretty good. I know this isn't a lot of stuff going on. There's not a lot of shooting, or there's no shooting. If there is shooting, you're going to get called by the forestry department. The sound is, kind of naked, but the gameplay is a lot like Fishing Derby. There are a few options here. You have like a 5-minute game, a 7-minute game, and a 10-minute game, I think. 10 minutes of this, a little bit of that guy goes a long way. We'll just say it that way. But you basically are trying to fish. You don't even need your button. You just use the joystick to go up and down to pick out different fish to bring them up to your net. And the only problem that you have is that you got a crazy ass ninja ballistic roid raged muskie who is either trying to eat the fish himself or he's trying to defend the fish from utter demise. Again, he may be the good guy and we're the bad guy. I don't know. But the muskie can interrupt the fishing process. The main difference between this and fishing derby is that the fish are only 1 point, no matter how deep you go. Normally in fishing derby, if you pull a guy off the bottom of the seabed there and bring him all the way to the top without getting it interrupted, normally that's a big bonus. But here you're just trying to go as fast as you can. This game, I would imagine, is better with 2 players. The best part of the game is there's a thing called a 2-minute muskie challenge. I think it's called a 2-minute challenge of some sort. You'll figure it out. And basically, that game, you're trying to catch the muskie, and he's running from you. And it's the only time in the game that you can actually attack the muskie. But you try to hook him up and bring him to the top. And when you do, you win the game, and it gives you a point and a title screen that basically says, congratulations, you're going to go eat ice cream. I think there's an ice cream character they're trying to tie into all this stuff. I don't know. But at the end of the day, looking at this game, there's not much to it, but it is more fun than I expected. And even when I saw it, I was like, that's an interesting game. I'm glad they're releasing something like that instead of just another space shooter. It seems like they do a lot of space shooters.
Oh, and I forgot to add, on my copy of the game at least, it appears like the high score table is not working properly, which doesn't really matter, but just a note there.
And again, graphics are pretty good. Gameplay is pretty solid. It's not going to take up a lot of your time. And if you do have a friend to play with, it might be a little bit more fun. But I just can't imagine this living in your Atari 7800 for any length of time. Now we're starting to look at the Video 61 games, and they've got a pretty good array, and I'm starting to think this may be in the top echelon, but I think Muskie's kind of here with Putt 18 competing for the third best Video 61 title. Well, however you want to slice it, Merry Christmas. There will not be a top 100 Atari games released this week. I'm doing a couple movie things and a music video thing, and it's Christmas, and we're having a big party, and I got to clean the house. Plus, got to make money. Jesus, it's just a lot going on for an old man of funk. I hope you guys have a great holiday. God bless you all. Spend time with your family and friends. And if you don't have any family or friends, come on down to the Big and Funky party at the undisclosed location on December 17th at 7 p.m. We would love to have you and make you feel all warm and fuzzy on the inside.